built S&D law from the ground up.
Good.
So they get to benefit from the lessons that I learned. And my voice at the table is a different perspective that they've never heard before.
And that's how.
And so my grandmother's stories, you know, I'll say in a meeting, like my meme used to say, birds of a feather flock together. And they'll be like, oh. Oh. I'm like, yeah.
You ain't never heard of
You know about a company you keep?
It's funny that you say that.
It's like those, like that's a different perspective that is so clueless to them.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you say that because you earned your place.
Oh,
there.
hell yeah.
And so you did the work,
Yes.
right?
Alone.
You did the work. You did the work
The
to
blood,
get there.
sweat, and tears.
Exactly.
The moments that no one saw. The moments where there were no clients. When the bank account was in the red.
And I don't think that they know that. A lot of them don't know that feeling. Like they don't know. They don't know how to come up from that.
Inherited.
That's, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I had to build mine.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I don't try to conform.
Good.
Because, and I tell you, once when I came there, I did not know how my clients would adjust. Like, and then they had to adjust. So you would have partners that may have more experience than me, but my clients, they didn't want that. That's not why they were my client. They came to me because Sondra, I know how to talk to people, I'm respectful to people, I listen to people. Sometimes they talk at you. Like, this is what the case is, this is... People want to know that you genuinely care.
The thrill of victory comes with the agony of defeat. This life ain't for everybody. You don't know what it cost me, but no pressure, no pressure. I was made for this life, no diamonds. Made for this life, no diamonds, no pressure, no diamonds.
Earlier about the Tabitha Brown, Aunt Tabby. You know Tabitha Brown, right? So just how she is just in her season right now. I was listening to something after the read that she did with Wendy Williams, how she read her so gracefully. She was talking about how she pretty much wrote down on a piece of paper what she wanted to happen within the next like 2 to 3 years of her life. She was in a really, really dark spot, her and her husband. Like, they didn't have anything. They just got up and moved to California with like $1,000 or something like that. And the sacrifices he made, which is why she retired him. So I just started thinking, like, there was a video under it and she had shared that she manifested her whole life. And then I started thinking, like, man, manifestation must be real, like speaking it into the universe. I definitely pray and do those type of things, and I sometimes write things down or vision boards, as you say, but then I won't look at it again. But when I tell you I'm about to start speaking everything into the universe, because sis is living her best life. Do y'all manifest stuff?
I do manifest things.
What does that look like?
So for me, I think that if I say it to myself and I have it programmed in my mind, then it's something that I know I'm going to do and I'm going to achieve it. For me, that's what I feel like it is. As long as I say, okay, this is what I'm going to set out to do. This is what I want. And I have that programmed in my mind. I think it starts with the mind first, honestly. But I think whenever you do that, then you have your mind set on what you want and what you want to achieve. And it's easier to go after those goals.
Yeah, I definitely like to see it, because if you can't see it, how can someone else see it for you? You know, and we talk, our daughters do gymnastics. What do we tell them? When you get on the beam, before you get to the beam and you get on it, stop and close your eyes and envision yourself doing the moves, all of them, all the way through before you go. Mental practice.
That's
reps.
actually what I
do that
was
too.
told when tumbling also, because I had a mental break one time and I literally could not do a full. It took me literally like 3 months to get it together to go back to do it again because I had failed. And then they would just tell me, you know, you have to envision yourself doing it and landing it and doing it correctly. Once you get that down, then it won't be a mind thing anymore. It's like your mind was just playing tricks on you pretty much. So they were like, once you see it, you believe it, you'll be able to do it.
You got to control your thoughts.
Yeah.
I believe in the scripture, the Bible. I'm a woman of faith, and so I believe you speak those things that are not as though they are. And that in despite of what it looks like, feels like, that's where your faith kicks in, and that's where you have to speak it and believe it, because the everyday may not look like what you want it to, but that's where you have to believe God for the promises that He has promised you.
And that's kind of what she said. And there's power in the tongue. And I'm a firm believer in that. Like, I think, you speak something over your life and you have the power to either, change a situation or curse yourself, like you said. So I do believe there's life and death in the tongue. Or
And if
whatever.
someone's not spiritual, I know I read The Secret. I had that book in my car. A girlfriend let me borrow it. And it basically, I said, this book is the Bible. They're just not saying it's the Bible. But,
That's
I mean,
a whole nother issue. Why people don't just want to get.
come on, let's get it
Right.
up.
Like the show Manifest.
And that's why they're not
828.
reinventing anything.
No.
You're not.
No.
Nobody's starting anything. No one is the start of anything. Okay, it's already been done. It's already been written. So let's,
Right.
you know what I mean? So in that, when we feel fear and what we have to do, like, oh, I want to write that book, or I want to, get into that law firm, or I want to sell this many houses, or I'm going to start that new part of my venture with the hair business. Do it. I mean, the podcast started it. I said, let's sit down. And we failed. We didn't have mics. We were using a phone. Like,
Right.
we grew. Like, but it takes, nobody's going, oh my God, they did that and they didn't have a microphone. Nobody's saying that. They're like, wow, we want to come. Can we be there with
And
you
even
guys?
if they did,
And even if they did, it doesn't
Right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this brings me to a good part of the day, which is the sip of the day, right? But I don't know what we're drinking, so somebody else do that.
So pretty
I
much,
know what I'm drinking.
we are just sipping on some red wine, but you have some nice sparkling water there for reasons that you're going to
There's
explain.
reasons.
But it doesn't matter because no one comes on this show without a cup. So what we like to do here at I Am Boss Podcast, Sondra, is we like to bring it to the center to kind of start our show. So we're just going to say
Cheers.
And we're going to take a nice little sip of the red wine.
I like mine is called Mi Amore.
It's good.
It's a sweet red.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of red wine.
Oh.
Unless I'm drinking steak. Eating steak. But we're going to get through this.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce our guests. How's your water?
It's great.
Sparkling? Okay, good. Our guest is Sondra Douglas, and she is an attorney, a boss, a mom, a wife, and she also does fitness shows. I don't know how you say them, but is it? Okay, all right. So she is strong in all areas. We just want to introduce her to this show.
Welcome.
Tell us a little bit about what you do. I know what you do, but you tell us a little bit, just real quick, what you do and where you work and partner and all. Partner.
In the work capacity. So I went to University of Maryland, then went to University of Baltimore, graduated, went to a firm, went to the PD's office, then started my own office, built it from the ground up. Successful firm, and then I got approached by Stein Sperling and joined them in December of 2020 as of counsel there. So it's been a journey that is continuing, and I'm enjoying the ride.
And you do family law?
Yes. So, well, I am a trusted advisor to anyone who has a legal issue.
Okay.
So first, if anyone has a legal question, my door is open to give me a call because we're full service. But my primary areas of practice are family and personal injury.
Family law is some drama occasionally,
Oh.
right? Steph was like, baby mama drama. Well, then I told her that, and then she goes, no, baby daddy drama. Did you tell her about yours, what you went through? I was like,
Listen, it is a process. It is a process. I've been called to that work. I really enjoy informing parents. of their rights under the law, especially when their families don't look like how they thought they would look. And so they may look different, but it doesn't mean that they are not valuable. And so when I tell a client, hey, you don't have a custody order right now, there's nothing that stops you from going to the daycare and seeing the child right now, it's that moment in their eyes that's like, really? This other person doesn't have control over me in that way? No, they don't. That's priceless. That is okay. Or, oh, I can change my child's name. Well, she said if I didn't marry her, I couldn't change the name. Well, that's not in the statute.
Just people knowing their rights.
Just knowing. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
People suffer for the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, it's, and having that knowledge, letting people know the knowledge, and then developing a plan and a strategy for executing it is great.
So you said you joined this firm in 2020.
Yes.
So we were in a pandemic. Well, we're still in a
Yes.
pandemic, but we were at the start of a pandemic in 21. So you joined it. So I'm assuming you had your own firm prior to that.
I did.
So what encouraged you or made you
Oh,
switch?
this story is so funny. Okay, so I was approached by a headhunter who met my husband. And my husband told her, hey, my wife is an attorney, not knowing she was a headhunter. And the headhunter said, I gotta talk to your wife. Well, what I did not know is she was on the other side talking to the managing partner at Stein saying, hey, you gotta meet Sondra Douglas.
So it's a headhunter. What's a headhunter?
It's a person who is like the in
Y'all knew what
between.
that was?
No, I was about to ask.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's a person who's in between
Okay.
and finds position.
So the
like
middleman,
a firm could say,
basically.
I'm looking for this type of person, and
Like a
she'll go
recruiter.
and find that
She's like a
person.
recruiter.
Gotcha.
A recruiter.
HR.
Yeah,
Why you just
recruiter.
say HR?
Because she's not
attorney.
because
Why not?
Nancy, shout out to Nancy. Nancy's more than HR.
Okay.
Nancy,
She's a headhunter.
she's
Shout
a head-
out to the headhunter.
Nancy,
Yeah. So
call me.
and I tell you, you're so funny. It took we talked for a very long time because I was having a lot of fun having my own practice. I had graduated from the dark days and was doing well. And I really didn't even know that the benefits of being aligned with the firm. And I saw those benefits, and it was a mutual benefit, and I jumped.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you made the right choice. And you're doing big
Yeah.
things.
So I went to your website and I noticed that you're the only black female attorney in the
Yes.
firm. I know you wanted to say it because you're the one that really looked. So I don't know why you're not. You better get loose, girl. You better drink some more of that wine. You can come in with the good questions. Don't make me ask them.
Oh my goodness.
Tell us about that. Like,
You
what
know,
in the world?
That is, I think when I joined Stein Spurley, I didn't think I was gonna get asked that question so much, but it's funny. Okay, so a lot of times I am often the only one in the room. From the bar association work I've done to the communities or boards I've sat on. So initially, when you're the only one in the room, you feel the discomfort, but you have to embrace the discomfort and go anyway. And I think being on my own and being the face of SMD, I was able to build confidence, and then doing well in the courtroom and having some amazing judges behind me, that it was like, yeah, I'm good at this. And I saw my worth, and I'm like, yeah, you actually, yeah, I can contribute here. And so I don't feel, it's not like I get off the elevator and I'm like, oh, I'm the only one. I don't feel that there. I feel that I'm a part of a group of attorneys that are really smart, and I'm smart. They value my voice at the table. I am who I am when I speak at the table. And that is, I think, a lot of credit I can give to the leadership. I probably wouldn't be there if they didn't have the leadership that they had there to know that we need your voice. We need your voice at the table, and feel free to speak.
You said two key words that I definitely can agree with, and it's confidence and leadership. And I know that I'm in the education field, and I have been the only African American in my school for several years. At one point in time, one of like 4 African American school counselors at one point in time, but they're growing. And confidence is key, because I remember coming in as a new school counselor, very young and fresh and just excited, and I wasn't confident in myself or my skill and my ability to where I would conform and just kind of go with the flow. And I just knew I wasn't comfortable until I really proved myself, and people were coming to me for the mentorship, and I was kind of rocking it out in my school. But I said, I'm going to be myself. So I'm going to meetings, and if I'm going to crack a joke, because I'm a jokester, I'm going to do that. I'm no longer going to use the voice that's not mine. You're not going to get my telephone interview voice, because I still got to pull that out. Everybody has one. Every black person has. Yeah, so we can't say that we don't have it. You go to an interview.
I can hit that thing so well, like I'm from Potomac. Yes, indeed. I got the, oh my God, dude, like what?
And mine don't even go that high. It's just like hi to hey. But I was like, what? I'm no longer going out.
I know.
And that's the thing. You're an entrepreneur, so you're so lucky you don't have to do that. But I said, I can't keep coming to work like this. Like, I'm going to be myself. And I felt so free, and they probably look at me like, she's so.
But, Kayla, because you did work before.
Yes.
For the medical field, and you had those.
Yeah, I had to do those things.
I
had to come for. Yeah, I had to come.
I called the doctor.
Hi, this is Kayla.
Yes. I definitely did. But then I got to a point, and I literally was like, I can't do this anymore. And they were trying to tell me otherwise. I was like, no, you're not.
Like, I knew she was an entrepreneur when she would come home like, I'm not doing all of that. I'm like, girl, you work for a man, right? You work for the people.
No.
Like, she's like, I'm not doing. I didn't say.
And I would tell them too, and they would just look at me like I was crazy.
I knew.
And I would say, I'm not doing that.
And I think it's your community. Like, I can't sit here and be like, I was confident. No, I had some amazing African American women behind me whispering you're going to chair the family law committee. You're going to do this. Come on, Sondra. I had mentors saying, come go with me here. Come go with me there. And I would be like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't, you don't do this alone. Even before I went there, I called the other bosses, like the other bosses who are on executives here and there, and I'm like, so tell me what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I'm thinking. Okay, is that good? What do you think? Okay, what I say? Okay. And it's just, you don't get anywhere alone.
That's true, and that's a good point that you make, because we all have to have that, and we talk about that a lot on here. The support, and we talk about it with like what we do. I'm real estate, she does hair, and like I go to her for my hair, and I will tell anyone that I know that go to her for hair. And then we had a situation where like we had a sister sit and try to demean a service that she was going to be getting, and it's like, would you do that to anyone else? Would you you go to McDonald's? I go to McDonald's. I get hard bread. I don't go to McDonald's really anymore. For my kids I do, but like back in the day I would get hard bread or this and that. I would still go back to that same McDonald's. But when it comes to us and the support, like, it's huge. You gotta support. You don't always get what you want,
and you don't always ask for a discount.
You
go into Louis Vuitton and Chanel. Well,
I do.
I mean, that bag is too much. You can have that conversation amongst, but do you think they're going to say, okay, well, let me take 50% off so you can have that bag?
Definitely
No,
not.
ma'am, you just don't get it.
Right.
And I'm okay. I may not be the cheapest lawyer, but you're not getting the cheapest work either.
That's right.
Because
somebody else is willing to pay what you're not willing to pay.
There's no shut-off valve. There's no 9 to 5. Oh, if my client has an issue, guess what? I'm sorry, I'm tapping the table.
She got the eyes. I was like,
I'm like, look, if my client is having an issue, my job is to solve it. Not to say, oh, it's 5:30, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's
And I think that's what people don't understand. So I feel like as an entrepreneur, like I think you've said this before, it's not a 9 to 5. We work day in and day out. So if someone's sending us a message, asking us a question, or just coming to us with their needs and what they want, or can we give advice here and there, we are obligated, not that we're obligated, but more than likely we do it because we are loyal to our clients and we love what we do. So we work, yes. We work day in and day out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think some people don't understand that, and then they come off as if, you know, oh, like, you're not professional, or you're not giving me what I want or what I initially thought I was getting. But you have to understand that we not only do this for you, but we do this for all of our clients.
And those people that are saying that kind of thing, or those kind of things, they need to go back and do a check on themselves, because it could be how they are giving it. So they're saying that the service that you're providing for them is not professional, or I could go down the street and get this. Well, then go down the street and get that. If you can go down the street and get that, then you go. It's not that my prices are too expensive. It's just that you can't afford me.
Right.
And somebody told me that before, and I was like, you know what? I can't afford you, but I can't, and I'm not gonna lie. So therefore, I'm gonna go. And this was during my wedding planning process. He said, "These are my prices, and maybe you just can't afford me." And I was like, "You're right, I can't." So, but your work is great, and I support you, but we're gonna go over here, and that's exactly what we did.
Like, you know, I've gone to restaurants that are black owned, and I may not have liked the food, but I'm not even gonna go on social media.
Right,
don't
right.
You know, I'm not gonna go, oh, I didn't like this
Right.
food. Oh my God, I went here. Not just because I didn't like it. It's because I don't do that with anybody.
And you
I'm
know
not doing
what?
it at McDonald's, and I'm not doing it at, soul food restaurant A or B or small business down in Frederick. I'm not doing that. It takes too much energy. And it might have been just that plate or that day or, you know, whatever the case may be. It could have been me. Maybe because I had COVID, my taste buds was off. I don't know.
You know what I find interesting on the hair scene? What is this with? Like, I see a lot of stylists, like and nail techs, a whole page about the don't do this and deposit, and if you don't do this, and if you 15 minutes late, and if you did it. I said, woo, I'm worn out.
I don't disagree with it,
definitely
honestly.
a
I'm going to
lot.
tell you like it is.
But-
I told her she needs to charge for consultations because
You know why?
I'm going to the plastic surgeon, and the plastic surgeon cost me $99 consultation. You're not wasting my time. If you're not serious about this tummy tuck, don't come. So give me your $99, and then I'll sit and talk to you for an hour, because time is money. And I even break down my hours with my check in real estate. I say, I mean, I'm expensive though. You know what I mean? Because I do a good job. I do a good job, and if you don't like it, then that's good.
And
That's
people
fine.
will look at that. If your service is cheap, I know that I do compare, and I'm like, you only charge that much. Well, then I'm not going to go to you, because that's like you're undercutting yourself.
Right.
So if you have confidence in yourself and you know that they're not going to get a better service, why not give?
I don't mind a consultation fee. I think is appropriate as far as what the hair thing is, because I call before she did my hair. I called her probably 5 times. Like, okay, so what we gonna do? And I know she's, you know, that's time. She's not at work doing the hair, but she's taking calls. She's making appointments. She's making sure that everything is straight. So, I mean, you know, you just got to think of people's time, because time is money.
Yeah.
Well, no,
You know
I
what
just noticed it.
I used to think that was so wrong. Not so wrong, but I used to think, oh, that's just a little bit too much. It's just doing too much at first when I first started. But now, actually being like in the thick of things and like having a full like service business and seeing it run and like operating like very well, I do think that you have to have those things in place, because people take advantage of your time, and people have no consideration and no type of respect for you, and because they may work a 9 to 5, or even I've had some entrepreneurs that just don't have any respect for my time. They'll cancel last minute, and then what happens is that, you know, I have a process where you have to put your card on file. People will even go as far as to putting expired cards on file. So then it's just like you can't even charge them. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like the type of thing that's like, okay, like that was so disrespectful. Like I would never go and I would never do that to somebody. Like, so, but if it was the other way around and I did that to them or I canceled on them, it would be a big issue, you know?
You'd be right on
Yes.
Girl, let me
yes.
tell you, I'm taking people to see
And
a
that's
bunch of
happened to
houses
me
and then they
numerous
can't- I'm not buying it.
times.
I'm like, what? Wait. Or they go and get another agent, and you know what I mean? Like, you spend all this time. You alley-oop the home. The home that we were going to go see, you actually fired me and went and got another person, and then they took you and got it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a process. I'm there for people. Like, that's why I do what I do. So at the end of the day, you know, you don't cry over spilled milk or whatever. Whatever's best for that person is good for them. As long as you're getting in a home, I'm happy for you. That's all that matters, because not everybody gets together.
Like, listen, sis. Like, I'm just
But no,
that's why I can't
no,
do what
you
she
do,
does.
you know,
because
but
I take it personal.
I get what you're saying with that, because it does happen, and you know, you could have someone else in the chair.
Yeah.
Because
And that's
we've
the
been
thing.
there.
I don't have a problem with you canceling, or if what
It's an
I'm giving
emergency
or
or something.
providing to you is not for you at the moment you thought it was for you. That is all fine and dandy. We are good. Like, no hard feelings or anything like that. But like, just let me know in advance notice, so then you know I have other people that are waiting, because I am booked and I do have a full schedule. So it's like,
2 months
if
out.
I do cancel or if someone does cancel, then I could have given another person a chance
Yeah,
to
I definitely think that
have an
deposits are
appointment.
appropriate, because that
Yeah.
would prevent the cancellations, because people know, with people who have an actual
I mean, it's a
credit
small-
card that's
Right.
valid.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
50%, or sometimes I've seen like $25
$25,
or
yeah.
50% of whatever your service is going to be. But as you all, because you're kind of like your own entity as well, y'all work off of reviews too. Like, reviews are very important in the world of
So mine
entrepreneur.
is more word of mouth.
Okay.
I don't do, I haven't done a lot of, like, I've done some advertising.
But that's still a review though, because somebody has to say whether they
yeah.
like you or
Yeah.
not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you handle those, like, how do y'all handle your reviews?
I've
like,
never
you know, you
gotten
get some
A
people
bad
do
one
get
online.
You've
Like,
never-
mine are online.
I've never.
So,
I've
you know,
had
I actually
one.
send out my link for my reviews, but they're to my past customers. So my past clients. So once I, you know, close on a home, you know, I send them to my
Right.
website to give me a review. But my reviews come in if whether or not they use me to actually go get to the table. And I have more people going to the table with me than not. And I understand, because it's a relationship, like you said, it may not be a right fit. Because in my business, I kind of tell people it's like a marriage almost. We all have to, the lender, me, and you, we have to communicate, we have to talk, we have to know that the end result is getting the house, but how we getting there as well makes a difference. And, you know, in one of the situations where I was fired, it was because I did not think that the price of the homes that we were looking at was appropriate for that family. I mean, you got to be real, you know, you got to see your spending habits and know that, you know, when you buy a home, it's serious. And, you know,
don't wanna be house poor.
that's the priority, and it's big. You know, you don't want to be house poor, like you said just now. So, you know, you want to maybe look for something less, but, you know, and the market was crazy at the time. So whatever, like, it's all good, you know, but that's how I handle my reviews. I guess I wouldn't say they're steered, but at the end of the day, I just get the reviews that I need.
So you
and
get the positive. You really don't see a lot of the negative.
I don't have that many. I mean, they
you
tell
don't
me what's
know.
wrong.
You don't
No,
know.
actually, I have
You
a
ain't
client
all
right
that.
now, $730,000 home. Actually, their daughter's coming to Hills.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's gonna
so
come?
she's coming to Hills, and you know the husband was in Kuwait negotiating over there.
Oh,
He
wow.
came, he finally got here. They bought the house sight unseen, and then now, you know, it's like, wait a minute, I don't this and that, you know what I mean? So there's a little conflict there. We have to work that out and figure it out. So I mean, I didn't get a review, but I knew there was some tension there and a little bit of but no, I listen. Whatever it is that however they want to handle it, I let them see the benefit of moving forward or not, or you know what you have a pro and a con. Like here's what's going to happen if you don't move forward. This will happen if you do. And gave them a couple of days to kind of think about it, and then we moved forward. So
And you know what? I also think, like, as being an entrepreneur, or even like doing your own thing or being your own entity, I feel like if you don't have that good communication with your clients too, that could be also a reason for it falling off. Like if you communicate and you're like, okay, I don't like this, but if you don't tell me you don't like it, I can't read your mind and think that you don't like it. So I feel like if that client can talk to you and honestly, and you can convey with her how you feel about what she's thinking, or if you think that's the right thing, or so on and so forth. And I think that really makes the relationship better and ensures that you're giving the best service too.
You brought up a good point. We're under a code of ethics, and one of the rules is about consistent client communication. And I think the TV has ruined a lot of people's perception of what they think can happen in court. And I meet people at the highest emotional state.
Yeah.
Their family is falling apart. People come to me with a problem and they want me to solve it, and then solve it as efficiently as I possibly can. So communication, a lot of what I do is, they're caught in the emotion of, I want to make them pay, or they hurt me, so I want you to drag them through the mud. Well, what does drag them through the mud? The law is not punitive. Okay? It's a court of equity about balance, but it's not punitive unless, bad faith, you did something really wrong. So let's dispel that out of your head, that we're going to be dragging anybody through the mud, whatever that means to you, because I think you do your client a disservice. I said, I'm never one of those attorney. Yes, we're going to drag them through the mud. Yes, we're going to make them pay. Because what does that really mean?
Right.
You know? And then when they've spent all of that money with you and you have not fulfilled that, drag them through the mud,
but in your situation, who does it really hurt? It hurts the kids. In the family law side of it, because a lot of times you got one parent wanting this, and 100%, like, you're not gonna get that.
Yeah.
You have to work it out.
And I always say, you have one parent, like, my husband does great with homework. Me, I'm like, I got you through the kindergarten, preschool, I want first grade, second. Once it starts going on, I'm like, I can't. I'm repeating it. Why don't you understand what this question is? And he has a lot of patience, so he does great. So if you would separate, you're going to have that one parent that still has that skill set, but I'm, as they call me, the CEO of the fund committee. So I will plan vacations, whatever. You still have that different balance. But it's even harder when it's in two separate households. So because then you're really like, well, he's not doing the homework. Well, maybe that person should have the weekday time. If that's the person that's doing great at the homework, be honest with yourself. I tell women all the time, girl, go get your nails done. Get a break. Why are you trying to control and have all the time? You want my 3, you can come get mine. Let it go. Let it go.
And that's just life in general, whether it's in the courtroom or in the bedroom. Like, I think you have to have that perfect balance, you know? And I mean, there's no perfect balance, but you just have to know how to balance it all. You being stuck up around your kids 24/7, refusing to take a vacation, that's not sending your kid to Harvard or Yale. No. Like, your kid could still end up a hot mess making bad reviews on Yelp. Like, it is what it is. Did I
call you to be more than that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Being a mom is a great job. It's a great opportunity. It's a calling, a blessing.
It's hard work.
It's hard work. But I also believe that there should be a piece of something for yourself.
Yes.
And what is that? Do you know what that purpose is? It may be more than, not saying being a mom is like, oh, well, you're saying stay-at-home moms can't be. No, that's not what I'm saying. But please don't get lost in it.
Right. Being a mom is not the end-all, be-all. And we talked earlier in the season about making sure that your cup is never empty. You need to make sure that your cup is full. And I was guilty of that. And I still am kind of... I'm doing better, but I know me and my husband just had like a little disagreement Wednesday, because it's like I just want him to know everything, like read my mind, I guess. And I'm like, I feel like I'm always with my child. Like, when you come home, like, let me take a break or something like that. He's like, well, you didn't tell me, blah, 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 blah. So it's like one of those disagreements, but you have to make sure that you are doing something for yourself. You cannot be a parent 24/7. Like, you have to live your life.
I remember when I ran a marathon many years ago.
Dang, you do
and
everything.
I would be going. I remember when I would run out the door, my husband and the 2 kids would be standing at the door, talking about, mommy, something, asking questions. I'll be back. I'll see y'all later. and then I would come back a different person.
Mm-hmm.
I would come back, how can I help you? What do you need? Because I had that time of self-care. But if you're always giving out, it's
What
not
you
a
call
pretty
it when
situation.
You get out like that and you still come home, be like, what do you want?
Well, that's
Where is my wine?
that just might be you know me no kids.
I just had no. I think.
And you know
I think
what?
it take too many daggone years
What's funny
apart.
though, because I think that
I'm done. I should be a grandmother, just getting them whenever.
Stop. So for me, I feel like some of that I take to work, and I feel like being at work is my peace because that's actually what I like to do.
Yes.
Like that's my passion. So I feel like the most comfortable when I'm at work, and I feel like had I not, Lord Jesus, I was not going to work from home. And guess what? I manifest that because I said, after this, I'm going to have to. Steven was like, oh, no, you can work. You can work at home. You can just set it up here. No, I'm going to go ahead. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to figure it out. And, lo and behold, I found a shop.
And I worked from home prior to COVID. But then that's a different vibe when the kids are gone to school and you can focus.
Right.
Then when COVID and they're there with me while I'm working. And then when the firm was like, well, you can come in. Would you like to? Are you comfortable with coming in with COVID? I was like,
yes.
Sign me up. When can I be there? Can I come tomorrow? I will be there.
Right.
I ran out that house so fast. Oh my gosh. Yes.
The kids going back to school is a blessing because
it's a luxury to go to work. I enjoy it. I'm like, yes.
And Nate don't even understand. I'm like, I think he doesn't understand when I say I just need a release. Like I want to get away. Like I want to not have to drive down the highway for gymnastics. Can I just sleep in? Just sleep in. Like just something that simple. Let me take a nap. Shit, a nap. I be day drinking sometimes. I'm like, I got a day drink.
I miss naps.
Now, what do you do with your children not appreciating what you're doing? I'm having that's my issue right now. I'm
you
like,
got teenagers.
and they're in private school.
Yes,
with them
the kids are
tuitions.
spoiled.
And
gymnastics,
and
then you
gymnastics
have
is a whole half
your
a
kids,
mortgage.
and but that's the club.
They're not playing rinky dink. Okay, you know,
she's spending a mortgage on
I'm spending mortgage money.
There you
Look,
go.
go ahead.
No, so you say they're not appreciating what
No.
you're having. So you need to get them, you need to do some community service. You need to take them to the streets. I
Okay.
mean, you need to get out your little part wherever you live. Not little, because we know your house ain't little. But wherever you live, you need to go on the outskirts. So take them to like somewhere that's not what they have and do some type of community service. Just so that they can
done
see.
community service, but my kids be like, I know I'm going back home.
Do they have chores?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
That they do? Not for money.
Earning. Like, do they earn
Oh,
everything?
yeah, for no money.
Oh, okay.
Money.
They're
getting enough.
Sometimes giving too much could give them that mindset. Sometimes you need to say, "Oh, you ain't got it today. Oh, my bad."
Oh,
And, like let them struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn. She wants to go out to eat after practice every day. I said, no, we have food at home. You'll wait till we get there. She get an attitude. I said, I'm sorry.
Or how about this? So and so is going to Aruba for okay.
Well, you ain't so and so. You jinx. That you gotta pull out them old black mother things. Like the day I knew I was having a baby, I was like, I can't wait to use these 3 things on my kid. You got food at home. We ain't got McDonald's money, and if you keep crying, give you something to cry about. You better pull some of them out.
I use all of that.
You do.
Yes.
You so
Brooklyn
and
would
so.
ask us for something, and it was some show we used to watch, and so he would look at me, and I get the pop lock, and I'd be like, and then I pass it to him, and he'd be like, no, no.
And sometimes that might fix it. Just simply telling your child, no. I'm not gonna lie. I was spoiled. I was probably your child. Didn't appreciate it. You know, come home. I want the new Jordans. Oh. And didn't even know nothing about Jordans. I just knew everybody in the school had these one
they're
little
not
pair.
into like clothing or anything. It's it could be, I think it's the community that they're exposed to. So families traveling to South Africa.
Oh, so they like luxury.
Oh, honey.
Oh.
Our kids go to Hills Gymnastics.
Oh, they love it.
That's what I'm saying. Our
No,
kids.
Brooklyn got a passport this summer because
But you ain't used it yet.
Not yet.
They asked for sushi for dinner.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
kids.
Oh,
get sushi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Sushi from Quick Way.
Look.
Yeah.
She don't like
don't
that.
count.
She don't like
Yeah.
quick way. No, I think with Brooklyn, my issue is that, you know, she always wants to do something.
Yes.
Do
And
you
then,
not realize I run up and down the
Yeah.
highway every
Right.
day?
I don't want to
Great,
give to
though.
you today.
You
I don't want to give
you want to
extra
spend the
to
night
you
here?
today.
You want to say no? You're gonna watch your brother because we're going out.
But
Sorry,
y'all should appreciate that.
Prime
There's some
example.
kids out here that ain't doing nothing.
nothing.
And you know-
Friday is date night.
Oh, you
And
have y'all
Fri-
make that a priority?
Oh, yes.
That's awesome.
good.
Friday's date night.
Ours is tonight,
last
so can we
night,
wrap this
Don-
up?
Yeah.
Do they cut up? Look, do they cut up
Oh
when
yeah.
when it's
But see,
Friday?
they know. I said I went to Trader Joe's. Y'all have food in the
Trader
fridge.
Joe's.
Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
Girl, you
You
got
know-
money. Y'all hiring?
Yes, I love
That's
Trader
not-
Joe's.
y'all need somebody just to sweep the floors or something. Trader Joe's. We don't even have a Trader Joe's up here.
So
I
they
mean,
can get their-
she shops
their-
at Wegmans,
their
and that's
their
I
pre-cooked
do too.
food or whatever.
Y'all shop
So
at Wegmans?
they'll
It's
just be
affordable.
like, "Oh, well, can
Yes,
you give us
Wegmans is
something?"
affordable.
sorry.
No, I don't know about that.
Yes, Wegmans is affordable.
Wegmans is affordable.
Yes,
I am
they are
Weiss Market.
affordable.
We don't live in Montgomery.
Girl, they're affordable.
Giant Eagle and Weiss. I need those deals. Wegmans and Trader Joe's. Y'all giving me
Trader
anxiety.
Joe's is
The
good,
only
though.
time I make
Trader
it
Joe's is
rain
good.
is at the
That's
Common Market for my.
No, that's a lot.
Yeah, the common market's expensive.
That's a lot.
I
And
think I
Mom's
went
is
there
a lot,
one time.
too.
I had like one bag and it was $60, and I was like, ooh,
Common
ooh,
Market.
Jesus.
That's the
Common
best
Market
in
is
Frederick.
expensive. So.
Well, then I'm expensive. Okay. But yeah, but it's good that you are doing date nights. They do brunches and things. They're so cute.
With the son too. He
With the-
be
You
there.
don't, you don't have your.
Oh, I have date
She have
nights.
date
We
nights.
have staycations, date nights. My husband wouldn't have it
Yeah,
no other way.
No, her husband.
Y'all have literally, y'all have days, date nights, day nights,
Yeah,
day
I-
weekends,
my
day
way, I be at
everything.
home. I'm a homebody, but
Okay.
he puts that on the calendar. I don't plan none of it, and I ruined the little weekend last week, and I had a terrible migraine. He planned this whole nice little night in DC,
Aw.
and I was at the table like, I was like, we gotta go. I got a headache. But yeah, but it's good that you do that. There are some people out here that don't do that. You have to make those things
about
about.
balance all the time.
a
And you gotta
priority.
have it with your relationship,
Yeah.
with your kids, and
Yeah.
boundaries with your kids. We locked the door because my kids used to.
Lock the
No, they used to come in. Carter used to sleep with me. You think he's still asleep? No, in the morning when he leaves, he can come in at that point. But throughout the night, I don't care if they can pillow up and blanket at the door. And it took a while for him to realize that you need to do that because he wasn't getting none.
Yeah.
So you want some? I'm here naked every night underneath the blankets. If you ain't locking the door, you ain't getting none. Okay? So he figured that out real quick. Now it's on and popping. So we could talk about this all day, I'm sure, all night, but my date is waiting. So you want to talk about what's to come?
So we got a lot of exciting things coming here at the I Am Boss podcast. We are going to be doing some giveaways that Kayla is going to be promoting and putting on the page.
Yeah.
And we've got our season 1 finale coming up very soon, titled Date Night. So stay tuned for that.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
And be sure to like, share, and subscribe because we are trying to get at least 5,000 followers by tomorrow. No, we are trying to get
She
those
made all
numbers
that.
up, and we just want to take some time to shout out our video person,
Yes.
Uriel, who
Yes.
has been holding us down with the mics and just
Getting
doing
gray hair over our patting at a table.
a
rocking
phenomenal
at a
job.
chair.
Yeah.
Yes, he
So
is.
today we talked about a lot here on the show. It's been a pleasure having you, Sondra.
Thank you for
And
How can
having
people find
me.
you? What if somebody's like,
Tell
oh
us.
my God, my baby daddy, he's trying to take my baby.
Byron!
That person, that doctor, they did something to my neck.
Okay.
My
What-
husband going
that
through
person
What you
hit me in the car and I got their tag number. Where do they find you?
Raekwon was hitting it from the back and he made my spine curl. Girl, my back ain't been right since.
Stop. So how about if we tag in your on IG, right?
We're on IG and on YouTube.
Okay, but phone number 301-838-3274.
Oh, she
yes,
gave
I
you the
remember.
number.
Or
She said,
my
I get the phone number.
email sdouglas@stein, STEIN, Sperling.com.
Yes, be represented by the best. Okay, I like it. Motivation, inspiration here, and we are going to manifest some great things, put it in the atmosphere. I know I'm going to start today. Well, I did start the manifestation. But
That's right.
at the end of the show, we just like to bring it to the center. And if you are a person out there, we need you to go out and support some small local businesses. They don't have to be black, but they just got to be small and local. So don't be ignorant. Just go on and support. Don't ask for discounts. Don't do that. Just pay the full price and support these people out here. Until next time, ladies, we say boss up on 3, Sondra. 1, 2, 3.
Boss up.
The thrill of victory